Hello, good evening and welcome to Bootham Crescent, the home of York City Football Club for tonight's Premier League Cup Group H fixture. Leeds United under-23s versus Wolverhampton Wanderers under-23s. We're two teams and we'll start with the Wolverhampton Wanderers. In goal, number 1, Andreas Sondergaard. Wearing 2, Rafael Naya. 3, Owen.
On to our coverage of this Premier League Cup clash between Leeds United and Wolverhampton Wanderers. The game at Bootham Crescent for Leeds tonight in the Premier League Cup. We'll start with the white team with Leo Gabriel in goal, Niall Huggins, Gaetano Borradi, Ollie Casey, Pascal Struijk, who were the captain's armband, Noah Kenner, Jordan Stevens, Jack Jenkins, Bobby Canwer, Matthias Burgess and Jean Perveda. The bench for Leeds tonight: Harrison Mail, Charlie Cresswell, Alfie McCalmont, Robbie Gotts and Bryce Hazano. Wolves go with Andreas Sondergaard, Rafael Naya, Owen Otasawi, Christian Marquez, who were the captain's armband for them, Lewis Richards, Hugo Bueno, Taylor Perry, Terry Taylor, Renat Dadashov, Enzo Loyadice and Chem Campbell. For the subs for Wolves, it's Nigel Lonwick, Joe Young, Syriac Mayunga, Luke Kundal and Donga Hay, as the two teams just get ready to get underway. The referee tonight is Elliot Swallow, as these two try and get back to winning ways in this competition. Leeds, 1 win in 5. That did come last time out against Bolton, but their home form is far more impressive. It is only a 1 defeat in 8, as Pascal Struijk just instructs his team that they must swap ends before the game can get underway.
Smoking, including use of e-cigarettes, is not permitted within the stadium or the car park area. Please enjoy tonight's match.
So Leeds 4-1 victors last time out. That game against Bolton on home soil. Bobby Canwer will once again wear the number 9 shirt and lead the line for Leeds. Referee finally ready to get the game underway, which Canwer will do just that. The ball worked eventually towards Noah Kenner. Kick the ball downfield and on the side of the pitch tonight, of course, very sandy, not the best underfoot. I hope the pitch will stand up. Allow the players to get the ball down and play their natural game. Of course, this game switched from Tadcaster to Bootham Crescent. Stevens caught in possession, but referee says it is a free kick to Leeds. It's taken relatively quickly. It has gone behind for a goal kick to Wolves, which Sondergaard is in no rush to take. Stevens, good pace to retrieve that pass out to the right-hand side. Works a quick 1-2 with Casey. Here's now Huggins looking down the line. It's stopped by the Wolves defender. Stevens trying to stay on side for Huggins. He's just been caught in possession. Now Wolves can break down the left. Taylor Perry on the ball for Wolves. There's a lower dice going the wrong way, but keeping possession. First few minutes, listen to our coverage on LUTV of this Premier League Cup clash, and Wolves give the ball away, and it will be a Leeds throw-in. Clears the ball to Bogus, who will go first time for Camwa. Far too strong though for Camwa. Pascal Struik will read that pretty well. Gets a good touch to it and a solid clearance. Because of that, we are going to need a new ball at Bootham Crescent. Struik with the block. Casey's the man just playing in front of the defence. It's Noah Kenner partnering Struik. Ball given away by Boradi. Shot's going to come in towards the near post, and Leah Caprile was just going to watch that one wide. Don't think he was ever worried it was going to be on target, but certainly a warning sign for Leeds. Ambitious ball over the top. Here is Pervada. Into Burgess, who was trying to dispossess his opposite number, and gives the free kick away. Cameron knocks the ball back. Neither of the two Leeds players on the left edge could bring it under control, so Wolves will carry it towards the edge of the box. Good brave header from Huggins. And stick his head in where it hurt, and Stevens gets away from trouble. It's a long clearance, which will just give Leeds the chance to reset. Bobby Camworth working overtime again. Try and put pressure on this Wolves defence.
Do us a favour, pal. Can you just shift your bag? I'll move your bag. I won't be able to. You're going to have to, mate. Or someone's going to have to move it. Can I move it? Yeah. Shift it along a little, not too much. It needs moving off that step, that's all.
Free kick yet to be taken. The free kick, which eventually will take as the centre forward slips. Ball out to the far post. Joan Pervada trying to get to it. Berardi likewise. Good block from Berardi. Huggins will try and clear. He's looking for a pass on the inside. Gets a deflection. Kenner gets the header away, and scrappy start so far. 7.5 minutes in. Hugo Bueno down the line. Taylor Perry in possession. Casey trying to usher him away from danger, and that's good covering from Huggins, and Leeds get the goal kick, which Ilya Capriel will try and take quickly. Leeds hoping to end this competition with a victory tonight, which hasn't been the easiest of groups. Progressed better last year, but the league, which is their main concentration point, as Canberra tries to get on the end of Paveda's pass, just a little bit too strong, and Paveda apologises as Leeds will regroup. Leeds currently, as it stands, will have 3 points if the scoreline stays the same. The cancellation on Monday saw Leeds' trip to Burnley cancelled. That game will be rescheduled for later in the season as Leeds try to win back-to-back PDL Northern titles and, of course, National. Vader and Raphael Knight challenging for possession. Jenkins flies in, concedes a free kick. Richards, the curling ball downfield. Strong wind, not exactly helping him out. Aided Leeds a bit better there. The ball caught in the air as Jenkins looks sideways, but the poor pass. He goes to retrieve it and makes amends. Gap a bit too big between the two midfielders there as Bogus nips in. Good pass to Casey. Casey will just side foot that to Kenner. Open up the play and just try and settle things down. Either side fully into their rhythm as Niall Huggins will take them on from right back. Advantage given as he was clipped on the heels. Jenkins has got Borardi for company. It's to Paveda. Paveda down the line to Bogus. That's a neat ball. Double deflection. Last touch off a Wolves player, and Leeds will get the corner. Berardi, Casey, Struich, Canwa, all in the mix in the box. Towards the far post, Stevens, the man that's over there, brings it under control. Wins it back at the second attempt, but only takes it out for a throw-in. But it's tenacious, determined play from Jordan Stevens. Leeds can put Wolves under pressure inside their own half. Huggins inside to Stevens, wants the 1-2 and gets it. It's good from Leeds as Huggins can't beat the last man. And he did one touch more perhaps, and he was in there with a chance to cross. Casey again, he's settling in nicely. A couple of interceptions now for Ollie Casey. Struik, easy as you like, assesses the options and goes to Noah Kenner. Down the line, he was looking for Huggins or Stevens, but that will bobble and trickle out for what looked like a throw-in. Jenkins in the corner. Could be a corner, and is. Now Huggins looks like he'll be the man to take it. Wolves no one in 5, so they don't exactly arrive in York with a spring in their step themselves. They've lost 2 in 3, and it's 4 defeats in 6, and Leeds give them a really good game at their place just a few weeks back. That corner taken short to Poveda. Float one to the far post. Stewart goes down. He doesn't appeal too much. As Wolves clear only as far as Jordan Stevens. Good tracking back from Leeds, and Stevens can start an attack straight away with a good touch or two. Runs into traffic. Burgess to Casey. He's got Berardi on the left. Poveda. Good feet to get away and keeps possession. Down the line it comes. Poveda carried on his run. It's good play from the Leeds number 11. Just out-muscled on that occasion by the Wolves defender, and it will be a goal kick, but a bit brighter that from Leeds. Back towards Gabriel. Wolves in possession. Stevens lurking, so they have to be quick here. Stevens almost round the side of the defender, Richards, who tries to hold him off. Camwa's going to come across and help, and it's cleared away. Great work from Jordan Stevens, and Casey applauds the effort. Leeds win another throw-in. Over the top, Huggins has got to try and get his head down and get back, and he does just that. And been very impressive the last few weeks now, Huggins. Had to play a number of different positions, had to play 7, 9, and at number 2, and he's very impressively stood out in every single performance. So another big night for him at right back tonight. Great to see Zeus Burgess back. Leeds win a throw. And the same can be said, of course, that Bryce Azana's on the bench. He picked up an injury against Derby at this ground a couple of weeks ago. Robbie Gotts as well, another player that's had such a big year for the 23s. Made that bow against Arsenal in the FA Cup. So a few players coming back from injured problems. Berardi to Poveda. Good first touch from Poveda. Now he tried to put the ball in the box. It was unlucky that. A bit of speed entered into the move as Berardi shapes as if he's going to shoot. It's played back across. And Kenner's not going to get there. That's just what Leeds need tonight in that final third. Either the winger cutting in or going for the first time cross, and Poveda did just that. The ball out to Poveda. Looks first time again, looking for the run of Canwa. It's cut out. Marquez is going to try and run forward. It's a good tackle from Jenkins, at least to slow them down. Bogus nips in to help out, and Amateurs Bogus looks forward, having the shirt pulled, but not enough to give a free kick as Jenkins has to readjust. That ball just about bobbled in front of him. Capriel in possession. Again, looking very, very comfortable with the ball at his feet since he's joined the club. Goes to Stevens, who in turn goes to Pascal Struijk. Nearly 20 minutes in. Leeds have shaded things, but will probably feel they need a goal to reward themselves as Berardi tries to get the ball to Poveda, and like Jenkins, it looked like it took a bobble before he played the pass, and that will be a goal kick. Reminder, tonight's under-23 coverage is always brought to you by Deliveroo, Food Freedom. Back, it's towards Sondergaard. Stevens just can't get to it. Carlos Colbrand urging Canwa across. Goal kick taken quickly by Capriel, then he managed to squeeze the ball through that gap in midfield to Jenkins. He's done well to keep possession. He was caught late there, and the free kick's going to be given. Kenner and Huggins going across to try and stop Chem Campbell. To Bueno, and Kenner gets the block in. Struijk with the clearance. Stevens looking inside for Canwa. Just about can't get there, and he's beaten to it, but Leeds recover. Do concede a throw, but Berger stopping that the flow of the Wolves move. 22 minutes gone. All good work in defence by the Whites, gets them yet another throw-in. Pitch cutting up in a number of areas, which is to be expected with the recent weather. Top just too far in front of Stevens, who tries to be a nuisance and stop And Sondergaard from getting away, but a thumbs up from him. Out to Berardi. Jenkins was the man that played the pass. Now he has to be quick with three coming from all angles. Kenner. Out to Huggins, and Leeds trying to quicken things up, looking for the run of Burgess, who stepped up and found Stevens. Now Stevens in so much space. Can he take it further inside? He tries to drill the ball, takes a deflection. Camworth not expecting it, and Sondergaard will dive on the loose pass. Richards down the line. Huggins is going to get there first. And Kenner has to watch out. He's got Campbell coming in behind. And knowing Kenner does well to get back up off the deck. I've got a little fortunate with the deflection. It's good skill from the Wolves number 10. Jack Jenkins concedes a free kick. Vader guilty of the foul, just catching Taylor Perry down the back of the ankle, and now Wolves can send some centre backs forward for the free kick. Floated in. Capril's got to come out. Good hands from Leah Capril. Now he's looking for a quick counter. Canberra's first touch too heavy. And Wolves can restart. If that had been a bit sharper, it looked like it was a 2-on-2 with Poveda. Casey gets a header to it. It's good work from Casey. Burgess back to Berardi, and some decent battles forming, but perhaps not the best game on the eye. Easy to forget though how solid this Wolves team is. Please get a free kick. Ball out over the top. Stevens, his first touch, just a touch too heavy. Now can he get to the ball? Campbell will strike into the corner, and no free kick given. Stevens does the dirty work. Canworth fires home, and Leeds lead by a single goal to nil. Bullet finish from Bobby Canworth, and it all comes after some old school hard work. Stevens trying to get in behind, the Wolves player panicking. He was claiming a free kick, but see the replay here. Was it just a slip? It looked like he'd gone down a little easy. Bobby Canworth decides to take no chances and just smash his foot through the ball. Leeds finally get the reward for some pretty decent pressure the last 5 or 10 minutes. not rampant, but certainly the team setting the agenda. As Jenkins goes out towards Berardi. Ball into Jenkins, he might fancy a strike from here. Just wide from Jenkins. Opened up really nicely for him and had every right to go for it, and with Leeds already 1 goal to the good. You can see why he decided to try and go for glory, but not to be. You can see that from how panicked Andreas Sondergaard was, that he thought that was nestling in the bottom corner. A reminder of the first team coverage coming up tomorrow from 2 o'clock. All the build-up as Leeds United take on Reading in the Championship. That game, of course, at Ellen Road. The first team looking to build on what has been a really good week against the Royals. As Berardi tries to get to the header, just about beaten to it, and Jem Campbell's going to let that trickle out for a throw-in. I think he thought that was his ball, though, which he's got confused with. The referee is going to stop proceedings, though, because Ola Casey, with the half-hour mark pretty much reached, the number for Casey, well, the number 4 looked like it was on the board for Casey. The referee just double-checking matters as he is replaced, and handshakes all round as Robbie Gotts enters the frame, and will. He might just take that role in midfield. Jenkins will probably sit a bit deeper. Good to see Robbie Gotts back out there for the 23s. Good communication again, and it's a really good throw from Ilya Capriel out towards Mateus Bogus, who tries to play it into Stevens. He's got the ball to him again. Now Stevens has to get there. He gets the right leg around the ball. Bobby Camworth looking for an extra option. A wide man himself, so he'll fancy his chances here. Huggins comes in on the overlap. It's to the far post. Wind will help Leeds as Poveda goes across to get it. Jan Poveda skips his way. Ball sticking to his feet. It's a cross. Can he get to the interception? Berardi will come and help him. In stages tonight, Leeds looking very tidy in possession. And a free kick given as Jenkins gets to the ball. He looks for that searching ball to Poveda. Can't get past Nye, but he will do enough to win a throw-in. Stevens with a low cross, wasn't dealt with at first. Bogus barely gets the touch. That was surely not a free kick. Referee's given it. Didn't look to be too much of a touch there. So like Casey, of course, came through well. Gotts will like to do the same. Did see the changes every half an hour against Bolton. Not something that is alien to this 23s team. And Carlos Corban, of course, Marcelo Bielsa as well. As Wolves go from left to right. Bit of breathing space for them for the first time in a while. That's because Poveda had to track back, and Jan Poveda with Nye. That's a poor pass from the right back. If you're only just tuning into our coverage here at LUTV, Bobby Camworth strike the difference between the two teams. from Stevens to Bogus. Bogus looks across first time. It looked a good ball for all three of the Whites players on that far side, but it wasn't good enough for any of them. Perhaps got a little excited there, Mateus Bogus. Now Huggins again. Impressive work. Gotts gets to the ball. Potential counter here for Leeds as Stevens gets it to Huggins, who's got Camber in the middle. He's got Pervader on the left. And he's going to go on his own. Here's Niall Huggins towards the bar line. Cuts it back. Takes a deflection. And Leeds corner. Pervader's come short yet again. Takes on his man. Goes to the byline. Can he cut it back? Takes it a step too far. He's frustrated there, Jean Pervader. Good to see him coming short for the ball. It's the third time he's done that from a corner. So they're not shying away despite a mistake as Bogus comes across. He's certainly put himself about on his return as he nearly gets the block in. Struik gets a little nudge, but Berard is there to recover. Gotts back to Struik. Robbie Gotts seemingly picking the pace up a little bit. A couple of one-touch passes from him so far. He's asking for it from Huggins. For now, though, he's ignored. And Struik work the pass. Struik holds off one, slots it to Pervader, keeps possession, tries to prod it to Camwer, gets it to him. Camwer's pass is going to be short of Struik. Perry gets across. Sondergaard decides to clear it as Berardi does well, just to give that attacker a little nudge. Wolves coaching staff asking for an extra gear off their players, but nothing doing at the minute. It looks a little bit sloppy up front, not as much pressure as they'd perhaps like. That might sharpen up after the break, which we're 10 minutes away from. Wolves coming forward, no one kind of steps up towards Bogus. Trying to dink the ball out towards the right. It's another good ball from Mateus Bogus. Now Huggins again. That'll be a goal kick. In fact, no, it said the corner. I thought the last touch came off the Leeds man. Definitely take it though, of course. This time Pervader does not come short as the corner flag blows in the wind. It's towards Noah Kenner, head down, and not enough power on it. It will go down as a shot on target though for Leeds. Meets it well. Straight back to Capriel, who's just going to take his time. As we've noted in the last few 23s games, very comfortable on either side. Happy to play the ball left or right footed. will be got in possession. Out towards Berardi. He's got Poveda down the line for him. It is Poveda that he picks out. Poveda goes on a little mazy run, tries to take several players on, gets forced backwards, but Leeds pick up the pieces. Jenkins across to Stevens. Poveda at the back post is asking for it. There's Bogus. The shot was going well wide. Well, they'll probably say it was a pass. And now Wolves can break clear, only for Jenkins to get there. Gotts puts the shoulder in. Free kick given. Close call. Now the referee wants a word from Matthias Bogus, who's never short of giving his opinion, the young man. Very passionate out on the pitch. I think the fact that he kicked it 5 yards has upset the referee. Just trying to put a lid on things as we wait for this free kick to be taken. Wolves on the edge of the box. Perry comes into the penalty area. No one kind of gets a touch. He claims it was a Leeds ball, not given, and it'll be a rare chance for Wolves from the corner. Towards the far post. Stevens heads clear. Not sure if that was looping in, but it looked close enough. Still not fully clear this. Berardi and Gotts. Shot's going to come in. And Capiles as well, just to try and watch it through a couple of bodies. And straight away he wants to start a counter as Struick has got Camwa bursting down the left-hand side. Poveda's there as well. It's a heavy touch from Wolves. Need to be quick here, and they've conceded a corner. Good work. Very quick counter started from the keeper. And very simple stuff to win a set piece at the opposite end. Reminder, as always, the 23's coverage brought to you by Deliveroo, Food Freedom. Goes down, nothing given, headed away from trouble. Like it could have been going in. No one can, head in hands. It will be another corner. It's Pascal Struick that stayed down. And hopefully, it's nothing serious, but the referee suggesting he should be okay to continue. Finally, the Wolves player helps Pascal Struick out. Could well be a young man that he clashed with. Back across. Sondergaard, very easy catch. Poveda nips in, he's got options to his right, he might want to play the pass, he'll get a second chance. Poveda's to strike, and he's put it wide. Had every right to go for the shot. Stevens gives him a quick G up to try and keep his head up. Perhaps just slicing the ball, but once it trickled back into his path, he was never going to pass to a teammate who was pretty much behind him by that point. Maybe he just tried to be a little bit too cute in that corner. But a good interception all the same. It remains just a single goal to nil. Bobby Camwa strike the difference. Ball to Stevens. Stevens has got Bogus bursting forward on his inside. He tries to pick him out in the box. Bogus will get to it. Good strength. will just trickle out for a goal kick. Wolves' Christian Marquez is their youngest ever captain for the 23s. He's had some work to do, but it's a very impressive performance so far from a couple of the Wolves players to try and stem the flow of Leeds attacks. As I said earlier, they had a really good battle earlier in the campaign a month or so ago. Some bright players coming through both academies. Leeds shading this battle so far. From Capriel, as there's just less than a minute of normal regulation time to go in the first half, and again Stevens is away down the right. It'll just take too much of a bounce though, and it goes behind, and John Stevens will just waste a little bit of time. There's Marquez playing it out from the back. Jenkins was looking for Gotts. It's good work from Wolves. They go over the top.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 1 minute additional time. 1 minute.
A very impressive bit of defending as he goes to Gotts, who has to be quick, and he sees the pressure. Here's the shout and makes sure that he keeps the ball firmly in Leeds' grasp. He wants the ball back from Kenner. He's found a lot of space. Robbie Gotts in the middle. Just a minute of added time, of which is nearly finished. As Bogus is urged to go further down the right, he's going to keep it ticking over through the middle. Jenkins to Huggins. Gotts again coming in behind, but the run is blocked off by some pretty smart marking from Wolves. That's a good turn from Huggins, and he's brought down by Taylor Perry. And the last action of the first half could well be this free kick. Bang in the middle of the park. Mateus Bogus already looking for the ball. He's ignored though. The referee in fact tells him to put the ball down where he was stood. So Bogus will not try an ambitious shot despite his efforts this season. Berardi will though as the shot comes in, but the half-time whistle had already sounded, so the free kick a little bit of a waste in the end, but Bobby can strike the difference between the two teams. It's been a decent battle so far. Leeds lead by a single goal to nil. Rejoin our coverage in around 15 minutes time. TV's coverage of this Premier League Cup clash between Leeds United and Wolverhampton Wanderers. The game's been played at Bootham Crescent of York City. Leeds have just made 2 changes to start the second half. John Stevens has come off, Matthias Burgess has come off as well. They've been replaced respectively by Bryce Hosanna and Alfie McCalmont. Don't forget, of course, in the first half, Casey was replaced by Robbie Gotts. And Bobby Camwa's goal was what separates the 2 teams as we get back underway here on LUTV. So Leeds go with Capriel, Berardi, Struijk, Huggins and Gotts, Kenner, Jan Poveda. As Berardi just goes back to Capriel, I'll just cut off just in case there was a chance there for Wolves. Is Hosanna and McCalmont, Jenkins and Camwa as well. Wolves go with Sondergaard, Naya, Richards, Christian Marquez, Otasawi, Campbell, Taylor, Perry, Bueno, Dadashov, and Lloydice. And Leeds shading things in the first half. A pretty decent display from the Whites. The best game as a spectacle as a whole. Of course, the pitch not helping in certain parts, the wind likewise. The Wolves are never going to give Leeds an easy game with their strong team. Zana gets to the ball and Leeds will win the goal kick. Last touch off the Wolves man. Second shot, Struijk very calm under pressure. Wolves player goes down. It's unlucky from Wolves' point of view. Just about to skip inside. Composed from Berardi. Likewise from Poveda to Struijk. Back to Berardi. Wolves coming down the left-hand side into the box they come. It's a good first touch. McCalmont gets to it. Struijk as well. It's a tame shot and last-ditch defending from Kenner. Hosanna gets a foot to it as McCalmont's played in. There's Robbie Gotts, and now Robbie Gotts skips away. Gotts has got Poveda on his left-hand side. He's got Huggins further forward. Huggins' first touch is good. It gives him time to assess. And just as he went for the killer through ball, that was intercepted by some composed defending from Wolves. So a bit brighter start in terms of tempo for either side. First 15 minutes of the first half are a little slow. Jenkins has gone into the number 4 role to stop any Wolves attacks. As Gaetano Berardi somehow just about keeps his feet. No one Kenner. Back to Struijk. Out towards Bryce Hosanna. Ball down the line looking for Huggins. He's got Jenkins on his inside. Hosanna wants a return pass and he's got one now. Body's queuing up for Leeds. Towards the far post, over Poveda's head. And that should just about trickle out of play. But good work from Leeds. Good build-up. Last cross just a little too powerful. But the movement, superb again. Bryce Hosanna really is dangerous when he gets that little bit of free space. Got so much power and speed to charge into the box with. And he'll be hoping to cause Wolves a few problems before the end of this game. Jenkins, here is Hazana again. He just turns around. Perhaps could have kept going there, but it's a great pass to Huggins. Options short, options at the far post. Calmont's gone across to retrieve the ball. Into Gotts, one of the Wolves players slipped. I think it was Perry. And now Baradi on the ball to Struick. Hazana again on the right-hand side. And Wolves will have their work cut out with Hazana and Huggins down the same flank. And they've got Poveda to contend with down the other side. As here is Huggins. Again, Hazana opens his legs up, tries to stretch the players. It's back to McCalmont. He will try and find a pass. Instead, it's a little wayward. I think he thought Hazana had just come a little bit higher at the pitch, but perhaps, and rightly so, needed a little breather after all that running. And 5 minutes into this second half, it remains just a single goal to nil. Free kick given against Noah Kennett. Wolves will perhaps just take their time a little bit, try and get some shape about their play, just assess a few options. They did prove in that other game in the Premier League Cup just how dangerous they can be. Some very impressive performances from some of their players. Leeds matched them with several under-18s players as well. A great battle to the end. So many chances for either side at Wolves' training complex as Poveda comes forward. It's to Gotts. Gotts tries to float the ball over the top to Huggins, and he's done just that. McCalmont, Camwa, Poveda in the area, or at least certainly on the edge of the box. As Hazana to Gotts. Looking back, it's back to Huggins. Huggins will float the cross in, headed up and away by Wolves. Taylor Perry. Baradi's beaten. It's a good turn from Dadashov. Camwa again. Poveda didn't expect the pass. It goes all straight. Dadashov is caught. Referee says not enough for there to be a free kick. Intercepted. Now Wolves can break. It's patient hold-up play. I do wonder if some of their team are just a little bit tired there and struggling with the pace of the game. It was just coughed up, and the relentless pressure from Leeds proves too much. It's pervaded on the line to Jenkins. It's going to be too powerful for him. Coming across is Otasawi. Otasawi goes down, so does Jenkins, and it will be a Wolves free kick. All over the top. Krapil's going to try and get there, and he's got the feet to do so. Keeps it in, takes it back in his box, and like he always likes to do, starts an attack on the other side of the area. Played out of play. Struick's coming short just in case he wants to use him, Capriel. Struick comes across, gets to the ball first. Referee's going to give an advantage. Can't quite see what for as Huggins comes down the right-hand side. Hazana to pick up the pieces, just about gets there, but the pass is blocked, perhaps just stretching a little too much. Wolves players getting a word from the referee. Looks like he could be getting a card for that tackle. Will be a throw in to come. Back to Capriel. Brady down the line. It's blocked by Perry. Brady gets to the ball though. And goes back to Gotts. Stuart Capriel just telling his teammates to calm down. And this Leeds 23 side continue to lead by that single goal to nil. Bobby Canber's powerful first half strike the difference. The wind still causing a few of the players a problem or two. I feel Leeds a good value for this lead and perhaps could add a second or third in this second half, but they've got to be wary of Wolves. Not towards the top of the Premier League Cup group for nothing. As Huggins goes past one, tries to skip past a second, perhaps just one touch too many, but again, such an exciting player to watch now, Huggins. As Wolves clear the ball away, their ball retention not being as sharp as it could have been tonight. Brady to Gotts. Zana on the ball. So Huggins. Back to Gotts. Zana again. Looks to try and play the ball in back towards Niall Huggins. It's cut out. Leeds will get there. Jenkins tries to float it to the far post, taking a deflection. And Wolves with Marquez, very confident play to try and keep it in pretty much on the goal line, but all he's done is concede the corner. Huggins to take, near post, little flick on it towards Noah Kenner, who rises the challenge, keeps his feet. Kenner, now can he pick out a fellow white shirt looking for Canwa? Well, the Wolves players puts his body on the line. That's going to hurt. The ball will trickle out of play. Good covering work from Bryce Zana. Ball forward, Capriel intercepts, and here is Noah Kenner. No real options down the line for him, so he goes back to Capriel instead. Calmont to Gotts. Hazana back to McCalmont once more. He's got options down the line. He picks out an ambitious pass to Niall Huggins, and he's going to get to it. Certainly not what Wolves expected there, as Huggins to the byline, looking for Poveda. It'll just go over his head. Poveda tries to just play it off the Wolves defender. He's unlucky there, and it will be a throw-in. Leeds win the throw-in. Tonight's 23's coverage brought to you by Deliveroo, Food Freedom. Carlos Corbran just speaking to the fourth official about something. Wolves are lining up what looks like a double change. Poveda, good first touch, tries to get to the second, and he will do, Poveda. Now he's got options to his left. Oh, it's unlucky again. Trying to search for that pass towards Camwa. Dadashov has created something out of nothing. And now a chance for Wolves. Berardi just about gets there. Now it's with Capriel, and he keeps it in play. And it's Jem Campbell that had the chance to shoot, and perhaps if he had the chance again, he would hit it first time rather than beat Gaetano Berardi, or at least try to. Too experienced for that, the Swiss defender. Out towards Huggins. There it is now with Calmont. Back to Gotts. Over the top, Huggins does really well. Then does the split as he keeps the ball. Gotts will go for goal. And he's just put too much on that. I think he was trying to search for Camwa with a looping cross, but gets underneath it. First change ready for Wolves. Terry Taylor, the man that's coming off. Nigel Longwick. And Luke Cundall's going to come on for Enzo Lostnice. So double change for Wolves to try and alter the scoreline.
For Wolverhampton Wanderers, number 12, Nigel Longwick, replacing 8, Terry Taylor. And 15, Luke Cundall, replacing 10, Enzo Lostnice.
Gotts wants a free kick and gets one.
Tonight's official Bootham Crescent match attendance figure is 475. 475.
Down the line, Huggins will chase. It's a battle with the left back. Marquez across to Sondergaard, and they get away down the left to Wolves. Less than half an hour to go as the ball's played up front. Berardi comes across. I think it's potentially offside, or at least that's all handball. Kenner back to Struick. Marquez back to Sondergaard. Camber chasing every ball down. Here is Longwick. He goes down the right hand side. He's tried to play the ball over the top. Nobody in a Wolves shirts there. Ilya Capriles though. He will gather and try and restart an attack down the left. He's put too much pressure on and forced a mistake. He's clear for the throw-in, and Wolves trying to create something there. Bit scrappy, but nearly effective. Still just Bobby Camber's goal, the difference between the two. Berardi, ball bobbles the wrong side. Struick gets across, puts the block in. The Wolves player thought that was destined for the far corner, but for the block it could well have been. So corner to Wolves. Capriles will mark his territory, get his players where he wants them. Taylor Perry comes across to take the set piece. Ball in, cleared away, out towards the right. Poveda will chase. Cox comes up to help him, and Leeds do well from one set piece. They then try and win it back up high up the pitch. Kenner's header straight into the path of a Wolves player, but Leeds have stepped up themselves. That will trickle out for a goal kick. Pretty effective defending there from the two centre-backs, setting a high line. It worked to perfection as Ilya Capriles will no doubt try and play a short pass. Dadashov tried to tell his Wolves teammates where to go. Kenner's pass was caught in the wind slightly, so Berardi steps in. Now he comes charging forward, Berardi. Kenner comes across. Good first time pass towards McCalmont. We've not seen Hazana burst down the right for a while. Poveda swapped to that flank, and here is Jan Poveda. Comes forward, tries to play the ball through the channel. It gets intercepted, so Gotts will get there. Camber turns his man, he goes down. Huggins has got to it, and now Huggins beats his man, he goes down, and nothing given. Did look a little soft, and now Huggins didn't put too much of a complaint in. Ball away down the right. Calmont forces the clearance, but Wolves have done very well to keep it in. Well, it certainly looked like that way. Good news for Leeds is that it is going to be their throw-in. Camwa goes down in the penalty area, nothing given. Will be a throw in, but I don't think Leeds are going to take this too quickly. Not enough bodies back after that attacking opportunity. 20 minutes to go. It's been a pretty tight affair, not too much action overall. Bobby Camwa's goal, the difference. Don't forget the first team back in action tomorrow. That's Saturday, of course. It's Reading at Ellen Road. All the action coming up, the build-up from LUTV at 2 o'clock. And as usual, a 3 o'clock kickoff as Gott flies into the tackle. Leeds win a throw-in. 23's back in action on Monday as well. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff, and games in February for the 23s coming thick and fast, all bar that postponement on Monday. Games will be played later in the season as Leeds look for back-to-back PDL North, back-to-back Professional Development League national titles, which they won on penalties last year against Birmingham. Had the league wrapped up by March last year. We'll go a bit closer than that, although they have got games in hand, so they'll fancy their chances. Monday's game was against Burnley, who were up there with them. It's currently Forest that lead the way, 44. Leeds are 6 points behind, level with Burnley at the minute. Wigan are doing well, Birmingham hot on their tail. But Leeds with a couple of games up their sleeve could well cut the gap and get their hands back on that trophy as Camwa gets the ball to Poveda. Poveda tries to play the pass through, it's blocked. Wolves with the up and under sort of cross. Tasawi goes to retrieve it. The big man, good first touch to keep it under control. Here is Perry. Taylor Perry skips away. Bobby Camwa, that'll be a free kick. Tries to play his innocence, but can't really do that when he came in from behind and it looked like the forearm would come up just to try and give him a bit of extra leverage. He's a strong boy, Bobby Camwa, so he'll often feel that he's not done too much wrong as he tries to lean into players. Taken short, Struick comes across the cover. It's fired wide. Had a great game tonight, Pascal Struick. Very composed, captain's armband on for the 23s. It's more his organisational skills and his lack of panicking in situations that's impressed. It's not any last-ditch defending, or he has had to put a few blocks in, but it's more the work he's done off the ball, trying to help his team around the park as Hazana's caught in possession. Canna goes across to try and help him. Canna gets the block, and it will be a throw-in. Vader down the right, he's looking for Huggins. Huggins gets it across the near post. It's a really good ball, but too many Leeds players were behind the action. Bobby Camwa trying to show where he wanted it. But now Huggins put it on a plate for a traditional number 9. Bobby Camwa still adapting to that position. Can we forgive him for the lack of immediate run? Hazana down the right. The pass was looking for McCalmont, but it's a little behind him. Sawi turned inside. Leeds have to watch out here. Still only the 1 goal to the good. Ball comes in. It's fired across. And Elia Caprillo can get nowhere near that one. Wolves. Too much space on that edge of the box, and it's a fine strike. Plenty of power. Leeds' players a little frustrated there. We've seen the better of the action, but Chem Campbell, man, getting the majority of the celebration. So Otasawi started it. It went out to the left, and Campbell skipped in. And Kenner, the man trying to get to him, but he was the only one, and it's thumped in. Superb effort from there, in all fairness to Chem Campbell. No wonder his teammates were happy to congratulate him. So it's a goal that not many keepers are going to save, and Nick April pretty helpless when that one leaves the boot of Campbell. Now Leeds have got 15 minutes or so to try and recover this and try and win a game in the Premier League Cup. It hasn't been their campaign, this competition this year. Just not got going. Of course, they've had their injuries to try and deal with. Berardi is clipped from behind. Tadashov apologises. It's a good job he's just done that. I thought he was about to get the Berardi glare. He gets a card. Wolves fired up for this now. You can see them communicating with each other, trying to G each other up. They want a strong finish, and Leeds need to try and use that as motivation. This referee's been very particular tonight. Been under control. Make sure he's managed the action. No one's got too big for their boots. Ball from Struick to Berardi. It's a bit too strong, but it's a good job Gotts was there to come across, and Leeds can't let their heads drop. They've had the majority of the possession, they've had the majority of the chances, but Bobby Campbell's goal now cancelled out by that thunderbolt from Campbell. Struick from Kennett. Struick's going to go long. He's got Pervader on the far right. Pervader tried to bring it under control with the underside of the right boot. Trickles off his studs and out. Gotts was trying to line up Otasawi, who's jinked his way through. It's fabulous footwork from him. Pass went wrong though. It's good news for Leeds because they get a goal kick, and Wolves have got a spring in their step. They're looking bang up for this. Struick's got some work to do. He does it very well as Gotts gets hold of the ball. It comes across towards Jenkins, who's got Hazana on the right-hand side. Pervader's cross. He was looking for the low one to Jenkins. It's intercepted. It's a big air kick. The ball just picking up off the surface, and ball player for Wolves will be red-faced after that. It's given Leeds a chance to attack, but it's a slow build-up so far. It's with Berardi. It's the Gotts having his shirt pulled by Otasawi. Free kick's going to be given. It's taken quickly. Hazana gets his head down. It's his first run forward for a while. Just what Bryce Hazana does at his very best. Head down into the box, trying to cause a real problem. But for the bounce, he might have got there as Dadashov holds up the play well, and he's brought under control by Baradi, who gets a touch to the ball. Less than 10 to go, 1 apiece. Listening to LUTV's coverage, which has been brought to you by Deliveroo, Food Freedom. Got to Jenkins, up to Camwa. Camwa's got to try and get rid of this, and he holds the play up well. I think Poveda for a second thought he was getting it, but he's back on the right hand side trying to stretch the play. Huggins gets the ball. He's got Jenkins. Jenkins might carry this. Got to Baradi. Baradi's pass to Gotts was a little short, and now Dadashov extremely deep. Runs into Struick, who again, despite Leeds conceding, has had a terrific game at centre-half. To Hazana, and here is Poveda. Jan Poveda on the right-hand side. Poveda steps past the one, goes past him, now onto his right foot, floats it to the far post, and like a few of Leeds' crosses tonight, especially down that flank, there's been nobody coming in at the back stick. If they had been on the 3 occasions, it could well have been a different scoreline as Wolves get the throw-in. Trying to chase this down. Wolves usher him away from danger. 8 minutes to go. Free kick given to Wolves. Dadashov caught from behind by Noah Kenner. And the referee suggesting he needs physio treatment as he wants a word, and the card's going to come out. Some of the players just wanted a drink on one of those gels rather than treatments. The physio has come on though, so in theory Dadashov should have to go off. Referee shows the card. Just waiting to see if he's told Dadashov he has to leave the field of play. Wolves with the free kick. Floated towards the far post. Baradi gets up and heads it clear. Gotts gets to it. Swinging forward as far as Market. It's out towards the edge of the penalty area. A shot's going to come in. Another powerful drive. It will be a goal kick. Sawi just gets his legs in a tangle. That's going to allow Leeds a chance to counter here. Now Huggins, he's got a chance to burst forward. He's going to skip inside Huggins. Can he do it all on his own? He can't for now. Looked for a second like it was going to open up for one of Huggins' special runs into the boxes. He set off on his way. Now he's won the ball back. Referee allows play to go on. Dadashov really stepped up as he comes forward again. The ball's going to trickle. Caprile gets to it. Yeah, since the goal, Dadashov has tried to lead by example, and Leeds are going to have to watch out for him in the final 5 or so minutes. Pascal Struik more than confident he can stop him in his tracks as the ball's looking for Gotts. It's a poor one from Huggins, and Taylor Perry goes to get it. Dadashov out to the left. Just going to trickle out. It will be a throw-in, so I've cursed Dadashov. Don't forget, all build up from 2 o'clock tomorrow. That's Saturday, of course. Leeds United versus Reading in the Championship at Ellen Road. Back-to-back games at home for Leeds. Here is Hazana. He goes down the right towards Jan Poveda. Poveda tries to sandwich that ball through to Jenkins. It takes a deflection. It will be cleared. Calmont beaten to it by Dadashov, who is really leading the Wolves' attacks in the final few minutes. Otasawi, Wolves sending bodies forward, but Gotts gets to it first. Huggins might even keep this in, which he does. Now Huggins tries to go to Kamwa. Kamwa's got speed to burn, and the defender commits himself early. You've got to take your heart off to him because he has to get that right, and he does just that. There's Nigel Longwick. Wolves with the double team effort on McCalmont, forcing him to step up early. They tried to go for the middle, and Huggins' little nudge is just about enough to put the Wolves attacker off. As Anna jumps up, Dadashov beats him to it. Tries to play the ball through. Across comes McCalmont, and it's a good job he does. The ball hits the top of the stand. It'll go behind for a corner. Huggins at the near post. 3 white shirts on the edge of the box underneath the keeper. It hits Kenner. Still a chance. Shot comes in. Brave block from McCalmont. Ball is on the line for Leeds, trying to defend this 1-all scoreline. Dadashov again. This ball pretty much stuck to his feet in this last 10 minutes. Brady steps up. That's not going to be kept in play. Caprile again. Always, every time. Ball goes out. Gets his head down. Wants to start the play quickly. Berardi given a little bit of breathing space to go to Struik. Needs to go back to Berardi. Hawkins jumps up. It won't fall for Kamwa. It will fall for Wolves though. Proveda's come across to try and help out.
4 minutes additional time. 4 minutes.
to Sawi. Ball into the channel. Dadashov again. Berardi's coming across to try and stop him. Berardi gets a touch to it. Dadashov. And eventually cleared by Bright Azana. 4 minutes of added time at Bootham Crescent. Leeds a little jaded since the goal. A goal of that magnitude or that quality will give the players a little bit of time to get over it. It was such a powerful strike. In the second half, I probably feel they've not done enough to go and get a second. There's still time though as Struick gets across, gets to concede the corner as Taylor Perry comes across. Some big performances tonight for Leeds, Struick in particular. Now Huggins done well. And Kenner stepped up to the plate at centre-back. Campbell worked hard. Need a big 3 or 4 minutes to make sure at least they end with a point in this Premier League Cup. Referee and linesman have spotted something, so Taylor Perry's stopped in his tracks. Can't take the corner just yet. Towards the far post, still not fully clear. Capril's going to call for this and he will get across to it. Now can he start an attack, which he will look to do. He looks to use the run of Poveda. It's not a bad pass out towards him, at least it's given Leeds half a chance here as Poveda's got to the ball. Now he's going to try and play in Bright Azana towards the bar line. Azana kicks it off the defender and Leeds win a corner. Terrific counter-attack. Leah Capril, Jan Poveda, Bright Azana all involved. Azana, he's just going to delay the set piece. He wanted to go short to Poveda. Huggins has been taking the set pieces, so Hazana goes near post. He'll be headed away. Not sure if Huggins is going to go call and tell Hazana he'll take this. Yes, the coaching staff have told him. So swap roles. So big last chance this for Leeds, a minute 15 to go. Now Huggins with the set piece. Berardi misses the header, it's cleared away. Hazana tries to wrestle to get to the ball. McCalmont likewise, but it's only going to fall towards Sawi. And now Wolves will counter, but for the brilliant cut-out run from Robbie Gotts in the pass with Struick. And those two interchange passes. Gotts keeps it in. Amazing work by Robbie Gotts. Now he tries to play it to Camber. The pass just wasn't there. Certainly not at that angle anyway, but Camber again, epitomising what Leeds need and have shown all season. First team all the way down towards youth level. Rolling the sleeves up and hard work, and he comes back to help his team out just when they needed that extra bit of oomph in defence. Wolves were looking for that last counter. Camber comes across and into the final 30 seconds of this Premier League Cup clash. And the referee gives a free kick. For what? I don't know. But it is in Wolves' favour. This free kick could well be the last action of this game. Referee's going to allow it to be taken. Headed back inside, McCalmont, crucial clearance, and as he gets to the ball, the referee blows up for full time. So a draw in the end. Bobby Camber's first half powerful strike cancelled out by a very impressive finish from Chen Campbell. So these two teams can't separate each other. It's finished 1-1 at Bootham Crescent, and with it, Leeds' Premier League Cup campaign comes to an end. Again, a reminder, LUTV's coverage for Saturday's game against Reading will start from 2 p.m.